Over the past couple years, I've been pursuing a career in adventure filmmaking, primarily with backpacking and long distance hiking, and having a setup where I can be on the move, follow stories that I find interesting, and being able to have a workspace without being tied down to a specific location is really important for me to take the next step and follow stories that I find interesting. So I bought this van and built it out and moved from Atlanta, Georgia out to Salt Lake City. During this build, I tried to figure out the battery setup that would suit my needs best. I looked at a bunch of options, some that were all-in-one, some that were you buy all the individual parts, you buy the batteries, but I knew I wanted something very convenient, and I don't have solar set up right now, so I needed a way to be able to charge up quickly and efficiently, and Jackery reached out to me and offered me one of their power banks, and so I thought I would show you how I have that set up in the van and how I make use of it. So I've got quite a few things in here that I wanted to be able to power without having to unplug and plug a bunch of things in. So the main things are I've got an overhead light, I've got lights in the cabinet, I've got a little charging station above the driver's seat, and also I've got this desk where I will be editing off of my laptop and be able to charge with a regular outlet. So here's the battery bank. This is their Explorer 240. It's a 16.8 amp hour battery, 14.4 volts, and 240 watt hours. So if you understand that, that's the specs. So it's got this car cigarette lighter, the 12 volt, which I power everything in the car by. It has this wall outlet, which goes up to 110 volts. It's got these two USBs, and then the spot to charge this battery by either the carport, the wall adapter, or you can buy like a solar panel adapter, which eventually I would if I put stuff on the roof. And then it also has this little display which tells you how much battery you have left. It tells you how quickly it's charging in watts, and then how many watts it's outputting. So with the screen on, it's doing 1 watt. And then the percentage, 87% left. So if we drop down under the cabinet, you can see my fuse box. From there, the positive side of the battery and the negative side. And this runs through this panel and down under the flooring, back through there. The positive and negative comes out here. And I've ghetto rigged it to this guy. All I did was touch the cables and tape it with painter's tape. This will be fixed very soon, don't worry. I know, that's not the best. When I plug this into here, there's a button beside each port which you want to turn on. When you hit that, if you hear the beep, that's my fan letting me know that I have power going on. It's ready to go. Everything in my van is ready to be powered. Up here in my very messy storage, I've got lights up here. Then by my front door, I have this switch, which powers this light. And then up on the roof, I have a Max Air fan. So with those three things on right now, you can see that it's pulling 13 watts. So for a 240 watt hour battery, if I left both lights on and the fan running on low, I could leave them going for 18 hours, 18 and a half hours. So that's pretty decent, I think. I could see myself wanting to upgrade to the larger setup in case if I went out to like National Forest land and wanted to be out for more than 2-3 days. So to charge it, they include 2 different cables. The car one, it's just a wire with the two sides, car and to charge it by the wall, you have to have this adapter to bring it down from like 120 or 240 or whatever walls are, and bring it down into 12 volt. Plug that in there. A little light will turn on and it will tell you how quickly it's charging. 35 watts. So if it's charging at 35 watts to get to 240, it would take like just under 7 hours. So if you're on a road trip, you can get it fully charged. But yeah, that's basically it about the Jackery Explorer 240. This is a sponsored episode, but I actually really like the convenience and ease of use of this. Setting up the whole like power system in the back was kind of a lot to figure out, and there was so many parts to try and order that getting an all-in-one like this made it so simple. And also being able to bring it inside a restaurant or coffee shop and charge it while I'm hanging out is a benefit that I didn't really think about beforehand, but without having solar panels, it's super nice. I want to say thank you to Jackery for sending me this battery and making the van build a little bit easier, and also for sponsoring this episode. If any of you guys are interested in picking up the 240, or they have a 160, I believe, and then also they have a 440, a much larger battery bank. If you're interested in those, I'll put a link down below. And if you got any questions about it, leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching.